Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
All right, in today's video, I will share with you my thoughts about being realistic, okay, about yourself, your expectations, about having goals and dreams, especially of today's generation. And, when you're young, how do you think? When you're older, how do you think? So I'll share with you a couple of things, a couple of examples, and feel free to comment and put your thoughts down below, whether you agree or disagree with me, okay? Because I always definitely read them. All right. If you're new to the channel, my name is Loy Machedo. I'm a personal branding strategist. I help people get well-paying jobs in Dubai, UAE through personal branding. And people also book my services for coaching, consulting when they want personal or professional advice and guidance. Okay, I have 7,000 videos. You can check it out and see why people like to take my opinions. Okay. So, see, in line with what I do, the main goal is always to earn more money. Okay, but more money doing what you love, earning more money in less time. Like for example, if 8 hours you make, say, 10 hours you make $1,000. If you can earn the same $1,000 in 5 hours, get 5 hours for free. Or you can choose to work more and earn more. Or let's assume you make $1,000 instead of 10 hours, you make it in 1 hour. That's even more better because then you get 9 hours for free. So the goal has always been, at least my goal, and when I provide a service as personal branding, I tell people it's not about being famous. That's a byproduct. It's not about having large number of fans, followers. It's about being able to earn more money in less time while providing value. And remember, the key word is value, because nobody is stupid or crazy enough to give a lot of money unless they would get value. And remember, I've not been doing this like some of these coaches that say, oh, 7-figure income and this and that, and they appear and they vanish. I've been doing this for 20 plus years. Okay. So there is longevity, consistency, reputation, integrity. Okay. Now, if you have been a follower of my channel or subscriber, you would know this, that there are people where anonymous, obviously they'll not put their real names, anonymous accounts, who like to troll. They call, the term is troll. And sometimes they try to put statements that they would never say face to face. Like, for example, silly comments can be, hey, look at your face, man. Who would trust a face like that? Or unstable guy, mentally, mentally something wrong with him. He has tattooed his face. Who the hell would take advice? Or a person who's not working in the corporate world is giving corporate advice. So those are small time comments. But the big ones are like, how much money do you have? Like, for example, they'll say, how much money do you have, man? How much money do you earn, man? Who the hell are you? You have only so many views. You have only so little subscribers. You're talking big. This guy, they'll give some famous person's name. He is earning billions. He's earning millions. You're a nothing. You're a nobody. And then if you have followed my channel and you know me, I always ask the question, okay, fine. This person, The Rock, or Shah Rukh Khan, or let's say that presidential candidate, what's his name? Vivek Ramaswamy? Yeah, whatever. So, oh, they are billionaires. So I said, okay, fine. All of them are billionaires, millionaires, successful, whatever. Okay, even when I speak against cryptocurrency or Kathy Wood. Oh, Kathy Wood is a PhD, or she has graduated from Ivy League, and who the hell are you? You tattooed half naked piece of shit. Okay, fine. I say, fine, totally agree. I'm a nothing. They are great. But you're criticizing me, right? So can you tell me what have you achieved? Can you tell me what are your credentials? Can you tell me why you hiding behind an anonymous name? Why don't you bring your real identity forward? Why don't we talk about that? Since you're asking how much do I earn, how much do you earn? Since you're asking what are my credentials, can you tell me what are yours? In fact, I remember I did get one guy from Dubai. I mean, when I was just starting off my journey here in Thailand, building up a brand from scratch, and automatically he just asked me, like, that time I was still getting used to a lot of things. And he caught me off guard and he just asked me, like, I said, hello. And immediately, hey, I've been watching your videos. What the hell are your credentials, man? Straight away, he asked me, what are your credentials? I said, excuse me? Sorry. Yeah, what are your credentials? I mean, you're talking so I should have asked him, who the fuck are you? Like, let's talk about your credentials. You're asking mine, no? Let's talk about yours first. So, and I can assure you this much. Not only 99.99%, 100% of the time, most of these people who are questioning me, my credentials, my achievements, how much money I have, they're generally people who are earning lower than me, or they have not reached where I've reached, or they have envy or jealousy on something, some small thing that I have. And it's normal to feel jealous or envious. It's normal. However, what is not normal or what should be controlled is how they act or react to that emotion. Because I'm pretty sure, I don't think someone very big, very successful is going to be bothered what I'm doing with my channel. Let's say I have only 50,000 subscribers. Let's say someone with 500,000 subscribers is not going to be bothered. He'll look at me as a small timer. Someone who's getting, let's say, 100,000 views per video will look at my videos, oh, only 1,000 views. They wouldn't care because they are more successful. It's only someone below me is going to be questioning about me. Okay. So when I ask them, tell me about yourself, almost every single time, not one single person to this date, not one single person has revealed to me their true identity. The only exception being is one person who wanted some publicity on my channel. He's a businessman. He was like, my name is so and so. I run this business. I run this hotel. You can talk about me and tell. I knew where he was headed. I knew what game he was playing. I was not going to fall for it. Okay. And a little bit of research, I found out that he was trying his level best with other YouTubers to promote himself, whether negative, positive, but to come out there. And then he would twist the narrative. So, that was an exception. But otherwise, apart from people who are looking for cheap publicity, it is always people who are lower and those who hide behind being anonymous. Now, what has this got to do with this topic of the video? We are today at a cusp of a certain behavior where people will question you on your credibility, your achievements, your salary, your income. They want to supervise or police what you're doing. Like even in India, for example, if you're an Indian, you'll know this. There are gangs or there are these jobless men who will just see a boy and girl walking and they'll stop. Hey, who's she to you, man? Why are you walking with her? Which religion are you? Which religion she is? Moral policing. Okay. In the same way, on the internet, people, who the fuck are you, man? What are your credentials? What have you achieved? So they will question you, but they'll never reveal who they are. In fact, I'll tell you. For me, the last I remember I did get jealous of someone, and I've spoken this on my video, was when I was in my 30s, 30, 33, 34, 35, 36, that age, where this guy, I've not taken his permission, but he was a very well-to-do MC, because I was also an MC, master of ceremonies, anchor for shows. He was also an anchor for shows. I was moving into coaching and training. He was already established there. I was trying to be known and popular online. He was already there. So I used to literally, that time I used to take guidance from my mentor, Mohammad Murad. I mean, bless him. He is the most patient and amazing human being, full of wisdom. He has taken multiple CEO roles. He has mentored the sheikhs, and he has achieved so much. He is an Emirati Muslim guy, unbelievable human being. Okay, so he did me a favor by accepting me as his mentee, even though we never said, okay, you're my mentor, I'm a mentee. It was understood. So whenever I used to talk to him, I used to always slip in, okay, this is what I did today. I need your guidance here. I used to talk to him every single day. Unconsciously, unknowing, it was, I wasn't aware of this, but I was literally talking about this guy almost, I don't know, a couple of times. Because how I came to know this is one day when I brought it up, I said, yeah, I saw that guy, Mr. X, whatever, I saw his video. What stupidity. He is talking like this, and it's so terrible. He's getting only so many views. That time, YouTube was not a major thing, but people were still there. And at the event, he was trying to crack a joke, ha ha ha. And immediately, my mentor said, why are you jealous of him? Immediately, he said, why are you jealous? I said, what do you mean jealous? Yeah, you're jealous and you're envious of him. Why? I said, no. I said, what are you saying? Like, he totally caught me off guard. He said, Loy, you call me up to speak about you, your achievements, your credentials, not credentials, your achievements, what guidance you want, what advice you want, your goals. Why are you talking about him? And since you're talking about him, what he has accomplished in training, mentoring, in training as an MC, as a coach, as a trainer, as an online presence, as a presenter. You have not even achieved even 1% of that. And you're talking about him. If you achieved as much as him and you are at par with him, fine. You're not even 1%. What are you talking about him? And then he asked me, would you have the guts to say this on his face? I was just totally speechless. I was like, oh okay. So then he said, see, Loy, if you don't have the guts to say it on someone's face to face, if you don't have, then don't talk behind their back, number one. Number two is, if you have not achieved what they have achieved, you're not walked in their shoes, not accomplished and surpassed what they have achieved, don't talk about it. Don't you dare talk about them. And number three, when you talk to me, we will talk about you and me. I'm not interested to gossip about anybody else. So if you want to continue these calls, you're not going to talk to me about him. I'm not interested. He, according to me, he has achieved, accomplished, and done far more than you'll ever do. He's a good man, and I've heard about him from circles. He's a family man, and he has accomplished almost, whether personally, professionally, financially, in every single way. And I can assure you this, he will never bother to talk one bad thing about you, nor does he know you, because you're a nothing and nobody. Oh man, my mentor really bitch slapped me. And that I needed that. I seriously needed that. And I'll tell you, after that day, as far as I can remember, seriously, after that day, there's not been a single individual whom I felt envious or jealous about. Yes, there are people on the YouTube platform who make videos like me, or even people in Samui who make videos, or in Thailand, just like me, but they're getting far more views, like in hundreds of thousands or millions. And they're I do feel, I'm a human being, I do feel like, sheesh, man, they are kind of making the same videos, or sometimes even lower quality, or sometimes even more crappy videos, but they're getting like 100,000 or 500,000 or 3 million views, and I'm getting nothing. So sometimes I'm tempted to say that, okay, they are buying views or fake subscribers, but The only difference between before and now is I keep it locked inside. I don't share it with anyone. I might show it to my wife, but publicly, no. Never. And I never, ever, ever create fake accounts to comment on them. Never done it. If I am going to do it, I'll do it face to face or with my real identity. And I have followed the advice of my mentor to heart. If I can't reveal who I am and do it face to face, then I shouldn't do it. And I've always used it, okay, if I'm jealous of this person or I feel envious, then maybe I need to up my standards because this person is better than me. And I'll tell you, this should be the attitude of today's generation. And by today's generation, I'm not only talking of youngsters, I'm talking of men and women of all ages. We have become a country, a nation, a generation of people who are they will comment about okay, Miss Universe, oh, she's walking in a funny way, oh, look at her smile, it's not perfect, oh, look at her fat ass. Man, look at you, man. Are you even there? Fine, if you want to give, if you have a YouTube channel and you want to give views about a fight and strategy, fine. But when you're getting personal, no? When you're getting really personal, there should either be a reason. Let's say, for example, let's say Mike Tyson, since we are familiar with this name. Mike Tyson was convicted of rape, or let's say he is going through a court case where there's an accusation of rape. Whether it's true or false, let's assume we don't know. There, if you give your opinion, okay, fine. That's a very different matter. Let's say you're very passionate about boxing, or let's say football or cricket, and you're saying, man, he doesn't know how to play. Fine. You're giving an opinion because you're passionate about it. But the minute you cross over and start getting personal about his wife, about his children, and this happens very much with our Indians. If a guy wins, opposing team wins, they will start commenting, how much for your wife? They have actually, Australia, it seems, won this cricket championship. How much for your wife? How much for your kid? What dirty comments, yeah. And, oh, someone should kill this guy. No, that is not the way to go. And some of these idiots actually put their real identity, real Twitter handle, and I'm very glad that police action was taken against them. So if you were to say that, okay, they played badly or they played well or they can do better here, fine. That's an opinion because you're comparing based on certain studies or based on certain uh, times of performances. Okay. But the minute you forget that you're giving an opinion and you start getting personal, that is like, for example, if someone tells me, Loy, your videos before I used to enjoy them, now I don't. Fine, that's an opinion. And I tell people, of course, this is my actual response when people have told me, Loy, your videos have become boring and predictable, man. I tell them, man, this is a normal human trait. We all get bored with a celebrity, or we all get bored with the singer, or we all get bored with eating a particular cuisine. We all get bored with anything. Variety is the spice of life. Sometimes I tell people, I would suggest that you unsubscribe from my channel, check out other channels, have a little bit of variety. You think I read the same book and the same author or watch the same YouTube channel? Unless, of course, the guy who is making a YouTube channel, let's say MKBHD, he speaks on different products, different technologies. So there is something new every single time. But then there are other YouTubers who at some point you feel, nah, man, your standards have gone down. Like, for example, Dave Tooley, very nice guy. He's a very nice guy. But he changed his style of present. In fact, Unbox Therapy. I used to love his videos. He's a YouTuber who opens up, it's like opening up a box and showing a technology. Okay, a new watch or a phone. I used to like previously his videos where there was a camera right in front and camera at the top, where he would unbox and show you. So I really enjoyed that experience. But now he has like this massive studio, this camera here, a lot of movement. It has changed its format. I don't enjoy it. Then there is this your average consumer. Initially, I liked his videos, but ever since the COVID and the new year, he started taking a camera and moving it, and it goes front and back, and there are graphics. And I started to get a headache watching that video. It was like, why is it moving so much? When I want to focus, like he didn't keep the camera still. And then there are some others who add music to their videos because they thought it'll enhance people. So people obviously try to evolve. For some people, it works. For some, it doesn't. For me, if it doesn't work, I unsubscribe. And I find it very, I don't know, giving feedback is one thing, but announcing to someone, hey, listen, I'm going to unsubscribe. It's like going to a party and everyone's enjoying and you don't enjoy. So you tell, excuse me, everyone look here. And nobody knows you and you're telling, I am leaving the party. I am leaving the party. Okay? Nobody gives a damn. Just fucking leave, man. When people tell me, hey, I'm going to unsubscribe from your channel. Why are you telling me? I don't even know who the fuck are you, man. People think as if they know me and I know them. I don't know you. You feel you know me because you watch my videos every day, so you feel that you know me, but you don't actually know me. So in the same way, when we comment on other people, I think we need to first evaluate ourselves. In fact, I'll give you an example. In my group now, there are a lot of, mostly Indians. And we have a lot of youngsters, and youngsters, they like to be experts on everything and they have a lot of time on their hands. But it doesn't mean that only the youngsters are the problem. There are some senior level people who also sometimes have obnoxious views. And this is the part of having a group. You have lots of views on lots of topics. Sometimes people will agree, I agree with what they're saying, or they agree with what I'm saying. Sometimes they don't, I don't. So there is this particular guy, I'll not be specific since I didn't take his permission. He is in his, I think, late 50s. He's retired. And he's the father of, I think, a couple of grown children. By children, I mean they have, I think they have finished their college. I'm not too sure. Okay. They are at college level or they're finished or they're working. However, this guy, he traveled the world in the Middle East. He traveled the Middle East. He made his money, but he also lost money and now he's retired. And he's slightly bitter. He's slightly bitter of how his last few days went because they didn't go properly. He lost a little bit of money here and there in business or whatever. And he's old school. He supports more of like the BJP or the Hindu movement and all that. Fine. That is his personality. And he doesn't like the younger generation, which is totally understood. So he has very strong views. Okay. And I don't agree with some of his views. Some of his views are really obnoxious. Like, for example, I can't think of any right now. Yeah, especially with the Hindu, he kind of hates Muslims. Whether Muslims, Indian Muslims, any Muslims, he kind of hates them. And he loves his loyalties towards his political party. No matter what they do, he'll always endorse them. So I'm okay with all this. Fine. Even though I don't agree and I don't like the way he approaches. And if anybody talks anything else, he will literally jump on them sometimes and be strong with his views, but he doesn't get personal. So there was this young boy. Young boy means age is, I think, 18 to 20 in that age bracket. And remember, this guy is 55. So one day, this boy or this young man said something mainly related to that Hindu Muslim thing and the political party. And this guy jumped on him a little bit headstrong. So this guy, because he always gets thrown under the bus, he approached me because my group have very strict rules of respecting elders. He said, this man is personally attacking me, and personally means he was saying, you're a young kid, grow up and all that. So he said, can I also give him back? I said, stay within the boundaries. You can give him back, but stay within the boundary. He took personal permission. Fine. And since he asked me, I was kind of curious how would this conversation go. And then when this older guy started to tell, you're a small kid and all that, immediately this guy said something which was totally inappropriate. He went completely personal. I don't know how did he find out all these details. He said, if I was a loser like you at 55 and I had these kids and I was earning peanuts and my family life was a total disaster. Nobody respected me and you're a nothing, you're a nobody, you're a loser. You have earned peanuts of salary. He went all out. I mean, he must have had weeks or months of frustration that he spewed, and he made it a long paragraph. And it was really, really very, very insulting. And that also, you're talking of a group of, nearly 200 people in the group. So I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. That crossed the line. That really, really crossed the line. Like, I was expecting them to have a fiery debate, but I didn't think he would go so personal. And I can assure you this, it was very hurtful because he spoke on, when you talk about a man failing to achieve his dreams, failing to be a good father, failing to be a good employee, it's, and when you reach a particular age, it hurts. It really hurts. And even though it's true, it hurts. But when you get insulted publicly, that's even terrible. So I had to put a full stop, and I told both of them, listen, both of you, stop. I will deal with you individually. So I spoke to, first I spoke to this elderly guy, and I told him, see, listen, I want you to take a chill pill. There are certain areas you're wrong, certain areas you're right. And I told him specifically where. With this young man, I told him, see, listen, there are certain lines you don't cross. Okay, there are certain lines, and you don't get personal with a person's, especially personal life, their personal details. You don't air it publicly. And I told him, what have you achieved that you can even talk? You're hardly 18 or 20. You have not even seen life, and you're making fun of him. How do you know that you'll even accomplish 10% of what he has done? He traveled to the Middle East, and he made sure that both his sons or 3 sons, or I don't know how many ever, completed their college successfully. Do you even have the capacity to take care of yourself? He agreed he was not the perfect father, but he took care of his sons and daughters or whatever. His wife, he provided for her. And he's a bitter old man because maybe he lost millions. What have you done to warrant insulting someone who has gone through all this? He has like 30, 40 years more than you, man. And obviously, this young man respects me, so he was apologetic. And I said, I have to address this publicly because it was said publicly. And I chatted with the group, and I told them, see, listen, boys. First, I said, okay, to the senior people, yeah, we have to be, the way you deal with the youngsters and deal with other people, there should be a certain degree of this thing, and don't get personal. But over here, he was not wrong anywhere. Only thing, he was very hard and opinionated. But with people who get personal, especially youngsters, I said, when you have not walked in their shoes, when you have not accomplished all this, don't make fun of these people. It's like, these youngsters who make fun of their parents. Oh, they are such a bunch of losers, and they never did anything for me other than send me to college. Did they, I asked them, did they pay your bills? Yes. Did they pay for your schooling? Yes. Did they give you shelter? Yes. Did they give you pocket money whenever you need it here and there? Yes. What more do you want? Instead of dumping you in the dustbin when you were born or aborting you, they give you 20 years free. Oh, it's your duty. Says who? It's your duty, says who? They could have dumped your ass off, man. How many people, how many people I have interacted with where they have aborted a baby? In some sad cases, people have even left their baby in an orphanage, man. You know how terrible that is? Just imagine if someone had done that to you. You have to be grateful. This sense of entitlement, self-entitlement, is bloody crazy sometimes, yeah. So I I corrected him. So see, the point what I'm trying to tell you is you have to be, respectful, and where being realistic comes, no? Being realistic comes. Yes, when you're young, you want to achieve the sun, moon, and stars. I get so many emails, so many messages from youngsters. I want to be a CEO of a company. I want to be a famous singer. I want to be a WWE superstar. I want to be on social media. I want to retire in Thailand. I want to have a beautiful wife and lovely family and a successful business. They share with me their dreams, youngsters. Okay. And because they know that they are in the 18s or 20 or just starting their life, yes, they feel they have a whole life ahead of them. And especially when they reach their 30s and their testosterone is uber high and they have a few success stories to back up their confidence way too high. They think anything is possible. And they use inspirational stories of whether it's Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, or rags to riches. They will always take an exceptional story and say, he inspires me. Some people, I'm not trying to flatter myself. Some people say, Loy, you're an inspiration to me. With all these failures, bad upbringing and this and mistakes, and you still succeeded. Fine. Okay, thank you. I'm very flattered, although I don't believe I should be an inspiration, and neither do I want to be a role model, because I know my drawbacks. I know my imperfections. I know the skeletons in the closet that were there. Okay. So, but now you have these youngsters who want to achieve sun, moon, and stars. And then you have on right at the other end of the spectrum, you have someone in their 50s and 60s who know that they are at the tail end of their career. And there they have to be realistic. They have to evaluate the risks and rewards. Like when you're 20, you can literally get married and get divorced. You can say, okay, forget this career, I'll start brand new all over again. You can migrate to a foreign country and start being a cleaner at the age of 20. Because your body composition is different. You have energy that is boundless. You can sleep for 4 hours. In my case, I has to work literally sometimes 22 hours in different places and sleep hardly 2-3 hours, get up again, do work. But when you're older, your breathing, your blood circulation, your joints, your entire body is different. A young man, he can sleep only 2-3 hours. He can go to a workout. He can go to the office. He can have sex with many girls. He can go to the nightclub, party the whole night, drink, and then have again sex and fun and all that, and then sleep for 1 hour and again repeat the same cycle again. But when you're in your 50s or 60s, you have to eat clean. You have to sleep on time. You have to get up on time. You need sleep. And if you do something without warm up, oh, your body will just act all fine. You can't eat junk. When you're young, you can eat junk food and for days, months, and just immediately burn it all off with your testosterone that is oozing. But when you're older, you have to take your medicines, your pills, you have to eat clean, you have to, take care of yourself. And, there have been cases where people have even just fallen down, standing, just fallen down and fractured or broken their hip. See how many grandfather stories. Just fell down, just standing, just fell down, slipped, broke their hip, broke their leg, twisted their ankle walking down the stairs. And then the recuperation takes months. So when you're older, you tend to be more realistic. That is why I tell people, see, you might be smarter, you might be intelligent, you might be incredible, but there is life experience, that you can't read from any book. Yes, you can read an autobiography and get a perspective, but you can't fake real world experience, man. The wisdom that comes from the realities of life, it's not easy, man. And I realize that today, being 45, 46, I look at life and, oh, bloody hell, man. Or, sometimes I ask myself, what was I even thinking? So, and whether you're 20 or whether you're 50, you have to be realistic. Just because The Rock is The Rock, or Oprah is Oprah, or Jeff Bezos, or Elon Musk, or Jack Ma, or someone achieved $1 billion startup, or started a business with $100 and sold it for 18 million. We get all these inspirational stories. Remember, the news and media always selects the exception to the rule. That is why we remember them. If it was a daily occurrence, like for example, if something is almost every day, let's say for example, drinking coffee. If someone takes a photograph of Starbucks or something, Anyone can drink Starbucks, anyone can go to Starbucks. But if you show a coffee that is costing $4,000 or $5,000 gold flaker, that's a rarity, and everyone talks about that. So nobody will talk about the normal coffee, but they'll talk of the rare exception case. So in the same way, nobody talks about normal people because it's boring. See, like for example, why do you remember my face? Because this is not normal. And here's even a bigger thing. People generally don't want to talk about failures because nobody is interested in failures unless it is a spectacular failure like millions of dollars. He was a billionaire and he lost everything. That is worth reading. But if he is a guy who is normal, let's say he was earning $5,000 a month and he lost 5 years of savings, we'll be like, that's an ordinary guy. He can make it. But people want outstanding, shocking, controversial, like big stories. So you have to be realistic about yourself. Like someone in India who wants to tell me, I want to join the NBA, National Basketball Association, and is only 5 feet. What are you talking, man? Someone who is, born and raised in a poor family and he wants to be, let's say, Sachin Tendulkar. He wants to be Rahul Dravid of cricket. He wants to be a legend in cricket. Do you know how impossible it is? Or someone sees Shah Rukh Khan or Tom Cruise or Oprah, and they want to be a mega Hollywood star. Do you know one in, I don't know, billion or a generation achieves that kind of like Oscar-worthy performance? Yes, someone holding an Oscar will say, if you have a dream out there, you can achieve it. Yeah, that's one person. He is giving that big speech, but hundreds of thousands of people who have not. Even boxing. We know Canelo, we know Mike Tyson, we know, like in UFC, Conor McGregor, but how many other people are there who spend 30, 40 years of their life, who dedicate everything? Like I always tell people, the gold medalist, okay, in Olympics. Do you know who's a silver medalist? Do you know who's a bronze medalist? Do you know the names of the other maybe 6 or 8 athletes who took part? They are also world class. They're the best in the world, the top 8 or top 10. You only know one, no? See, overall, what I want to tell you through this video is we need to be realistic about our own expectations, our own limitations, our own plus points. That is one. The second thing is, it's easy to make fun of someone else. It's easy to criticize them. Yes, having an opinion, I encourage you to have an opinion. We all love to share our opinion, whether it's a movie or it's a performance or it's a match or cricket or football or, have an opinion. But then getting personal with someone, insulting their family or trying to hurt them when you yourself have not accomplished anything, that makes sense, right? And hiding behind an anonymous name and farting around all these big talk, you're a fucking coward here. Seriously, you're a coward. You don't deserve. That is why, when I get comments like this, questioning my credentials or what I've achieved, and you're hiding behind an anonymous name, I just block and delete. Like, I'm sorry, I don't get anything of value from you. So this is what I want to share with you. Let me know your thoughts. Can you relate to what I'm saying? Do you agree with what I'm saying? Do you disagree? Because I'll tell you one thing. End of the day, you can talk shit about anyone, or you can praise anyone, or you can hide behind an anonymous name, keyboard, and in front of a monitor, just type or on your phone. But end of the day, after the internet is switched off, as you're lying in bed, you're with yourself. And when you get up in the morning, you will face your reality. When you get up to brush your teeth or look at yourself in the mirror, and then you have to go to work, when you have to earn money to pay your bills, that time no internet and all that is going to be there. Yeah, it makes you feel good. It makes you forget your problems. But as you grow older, your responsibilities will increase. You'll get a wife, you'll get kids. You can't keep going online to escape the world. That is why do you think people get into smoking, drinking, or leave the house and go with their friends? Because they want to forget. But it catches up with you. and it snowballs over the period of time. It's like having a toothache, but you keep taking painkillers, you don't treat the toothache, it'll get so bad, finally even a painkiller will not work. And then what you'll do, man? And remember, as you get older, it becomes harder. So don't think you have forever, and be realistic about life, about things. And instead of looking what other people are doing, focus on yourself. And I'll tell you, you'll really appreciate. It's very easy to criticize, make fun of someone, and look down on someone. Talk about yourself, your achievements, your credentials, your greatness, your failures. Then you are the real man. And don't do it hiding, do it publicly. Then you are a person of character. Otherwise, zip.com. And like how I always do, I focus on what I can do, focus on what I can achieve. And that's why I'm busy. That's why I don't have time to look what others are doing. Because, like I tell people, if you praise me, my bank balance doesn't increase. If you compliment me, it doesn't increase. If you insult me, also, it doesn't increase. So either way, it remains the same. So words are empty. So you insult or praise me, nothing. I have to work hard. I hope this video added value. Let me know your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. And yeah, if you do have any topics or any questions, type it. I always read it. Who knows? I might make a new video on it. You guys take care. This is me signing off.